Hi everyone, welcome to Inner Guru Conversations. I'm your host Guru Dutt Kamath, a transformation and leadership coach. And today I have a very special guest with me, Margaret, who is also an educational expert and a transformation coach. And I'm so inspired by her stories. Her main motive in life is to transform people. She goes to various education institutes, she talks with students from all different ages, from youngsters to MBA people to engineer students, all different students, and helps them overcome certain challenges what they have in their school life or personal life also.
Yes.
So Margaret, you basically from Bangalore itself, right?
Yes, I am from Bangalore. Yeah, actually I'm from Calcutta, but living in Bangalore, I have become a Bangalorean, I could say so.
Okay, that's great. So how did all this thought and a purpose came to you that you need to make a change in the educational system?
Yeah, I would say the story, a person's life story makes what the person is, okay, and that applies to me as well. As an educationist, I do believe in academic excellence, but you know what? I feel that academic excellence can be achieved only when the person is also made ready for the life they live.
Correct. That's a very special point because
Yeah.
in school they never teach us how to handle stress,
Exactly.
how to shape your character. It's
Yeah.
more about memorizing.
That's
But now if you see, everything is available for us in a touch of a fingerprint. Any education you want. The education we see in the internet is much more further than what we are studying in the books.
That's true. So when you ask me about why change, because I would say that I believe that everything has got a positive thing in it. So when I conduct sessions, skill development sessions with the children, with the adolescents and even the grown-ups like young adults, I ask them, do you believe that stress is your friend? And they just get shock of their life because they have always heard stress is an enemy, it's negative. Then if I say, then I would say, how is that possible? So when I conduct sessions, we don't lecture because I don't believe in lecturing.
Yeah, correct.
The reason again for the life story is that I would want children to believe that there are people they can talk to.
Correct.
So if I am talking to them, lecturing means again they're listening. So when they talk and the kind of activities we do, they experience their life.
Correct.
And all are done with the kind of props, I call them, picking up from the environment they live in.
Correct.
So this is so important that the children can relate to what we are talking about.
Okay, that's good. So how has been your experience with children going to school? Because for a small period of time,
Yeah.
I was working for this academy called Pyramid Valley Academy. So I used to go to schools, I used to talk to principals regarding meditation,
Okay.
the importance of meditation, the thoughts, how important your breath is.
Yeah.
But people, when I went and did it, the principals, basically the higher authorities, had a very stereotype approach towards spirituality and meditation. So it was really difficult to convert them as a client and make them that they have a seminar with us. We had books also for students from 6th to 10th on where meditation, how food affects your body, how thoughts affects your body. But it was really difficult to convince this message to the higher authorities. So what is your experience when it comes to this?
Very interesting question, and I have found out interesting solutions to this.
Okay.
I do not use the word spirituality. I
Yeah.
do not use the word meditation. Instead, I would say calmness. And the kind of situations we create for them, we create situations where you find a hyperactive person. It's a hypertension situation, how the person is making decision.
Okay.
And a person, again another group, where they would do the same situation, handle the same situation, but being calm. So it's all hands-on experience. And if I tell them, these words have become buzzwords today, meditation, spirituality, so I don't want to bring those mundane words. And when they themselves create their own vocabulary sometimes. And you know what, Guru? I don't bring language as a hurdle or hindrance to communicate. Sometimes they speak in their mother tongue, sometimes they speak in the language they are comfortable
Right.
with. What is important, what I'm hearing.
Great.
And
That's nice.
and the other thing which I always has worked very well, and one of the examples I would give it to you. The question to them when I ask them, these are all in the 10th, 11th and 12th, that what is the most important thing in your life you think is? Different answers came. Nobody said voice is the most important thing.
But you strongly believe that voice is very important.
Voice is like a toolbox.
Mhm.
So I show them the whole toolbox, which has got feather, surprisingly. It has got hammer, it has got chisel, it has got spanner, it has got nails. Why? Because in different situations, you have to use different tools, and that tool is your voice
Voice.
expression.
Mhm.
So I'm not talking to them about mundane things. How do you communicate? I'm building your communication skill.
No.
No. I'm saying how powerful this voice,
Voice, you know.
and whose voice it is. The
Yeah.
person within you.
Great. That's good to know, because you were speaking more about the inner voice.
Yes.
So I was be happy to tell you that my book is also coming out, which is called as The Inner Guru, which I speak
Wow.
more about the inner voice.
That's-
So my story, how it goes, my parents broke us at a very young age, and my mom left to Kuwait. I didn't like my dad because he was a drunkard.
Okay.
So I didn't have anyone to guide me. I lived with
See?
my grandparents. But then after I came into meditation and spirituality, reading a lot of books, I realized there's a voice inside us which is guiding us every single moment of the life.
Exactly.
But we shut it down for various reasons, like our
Yeah.
ego or external, stimuli and
that's
alcohol,
true.
or whatever
Yes,
habits we
yes,
are
yes.
into.
Very
Then,
true.
then I realized the more we get connected to the inner voice, the more a better life becomes. We get a proper direction,
Yeah.
because we can't be dependent on anyone like our parents or teachers all the time, right?
True, true.
Maybe they are there a small part, but only thing which will be constant with us is this voice.
Yes, and also another thing which I bring into the discussion and to make them aware that no one belongs to only one box.
Correct.
How do you unbox?
Yes.
We say think out of the box. Think, these are very mundane sayings, but the moment I say unbox, so when I'm doing it, we literally act it out. I go inside the box. Do I fit only in one box? Then they will say, no, but you can also do this. See, they're observing you.
Yeah.
So children then come to know that they are not meant
Limited
to be
to certain things.
only one box.
Yeah.
People can do multiple things.
Different
That's where comes the modern career opportunities.
Yes, so that's very important.
See,
Also, one more
yeah.
point is the change starts from home.
Exactly.
So, how do you convey this message to the parents also? Because maybe you come, you give them decision, but most of the time they spend with their parents.
Yes.
So, you need to change the mindset of the parents also.
Yes, so what I do as a facilitator, and I totally believe in what you're saying. So I send them, won't call them homework, I will call them mind work.
Okay.
And I'll tell, today this would be your observation, that when you are pouring water on the plant, you do this for 7 days, you will find that at the same time the plant is actually waiting for you, asking for water from you.
Yeah.
Your parents will find, you don't have to tell your parents that you are doing something you are just doing it because you have been asked and you want to know it. Parents will watch
Yeah.
what difference is. You are reusing water, if you are talking of water, or how you button your shirt, or why you close the door. You don't have to answer these questions, because certain questions are within you, you have to answer. And for all you know, your parents actually know them.
Yeah. Parents usually know your children.
They know them. When you hear it, I tell them that when your parent says something, you feel there comes another
Yeah,
order.
they feel irritated.
Now that's where I help them to think differently.
Yeah.
Like how there is always a plus point in small little thing.
So usually taking life very positively.
I
looking
try
for,
to
looking for
and
more awareness,
yes.
how you can use a situation in a better way, supporting your life.
Exactly, one, and also respect your own self.
Correct.
This is the biggest message I give from the 8-year-old till the 12th standard, even to the engineering, it doesn't matter.
So, but talking about, see, even in education, we have always been told that you're not supposed to do mistakes. Every time you do a mistake, they punish us. So since a kid, we always thought doing mistake is like, it's a bad thing. So we tend to be very careful and in life not to do mistakes. But to learn something, you have to do mistakes.
Yes.
The more mistakes you do, the more you learn in life.
Yes.
Not that you repeat the same mistakes.
You're
That's
very
something
right,
else.
very right. For drilling this, I do an art called Zentangle.
Okay.
It's called Zentangle art. And the beauty of this art is that there is no mistake in it. I will give them sheets of paper and I give them 2 points. Join them the way you like it. And whether they draw straight line, whether they draw curves, it's absolutely up to you, and do not use an eraser. Then when they finish it, everybody sees that each one's design is so different. So then I ask them, what message did you get from it? First answer will be, we were totally lost because nobody ever told us, do the way you can, and there is no mistake. Then I said, why you are not erasing? Then they will be scratching their head. Then I asked them, imagine you came from somewhere, you have done a mistake. On your way, coming from school, coming from home, you would have done. Can you go back and erase them? No, you cannot. Just like that. It's okay to make mistakes. Yes, sometimes you will get scolding.
Just that you should not repeat it.
Yeah, don't repeat it. Also take the positive of it. It pains when somebody scolds us.
Yeah.
But what did you gain out of it for yourself? This takes little time, Guru, because my program is always stretched across at least 3 to 5 years.
Correct.
Because this kind of things to drill in, to internalize it and implement it takes.
So you usually have tie-ups with schools and colleges for a long
For the academic year, one full academic year. I do not go to schools or colleges when they have got exams. I go by their timetable. I follow what they want us to do so that I can give them the best.
Correct. That's right. One thing I want to understand, since you have experience being with kids, what is the most major thing which is causing stress in the present generation?
Present generation, the biggest stress is that they try to impress the world.
Mainly after, that's a very even after when social media has come
around them, they want to have likes. This become a buzzword.
So they are losing themselves in this. Rather than being themselves, they try to act as if they are not. They're following celebrities, they're following movie stars.
Not only celebrity, even peer group, everything. They want to. That the influence is so strong on them that they don't know what to take and what not to take. So what they do, they try to blindly impress. Okay, and that's why I bring the stress. When you get stressed about that, you start breathing fast, but actually what is happening, your lungs is getting good exercise, they're getting more oxygen.
That's true, and maybe that's also causing, so when it comes to this, maybe that's why people also undervalue themselves. They compare themselves with others.
Yes, self-identity. What is that self-identity? Till, in my life, till the day came at the age of 30, when it really shook me and my inner voice asked, what is your name? I had forgotten my name. And it happens. So I can relate to those growing up children, the challenges they make. And I do that same with the educators of the schools. Why? Because educators and children, they go hand in hand. So if I only talk to the children,
it's not. You have to talk to the parents also.
Parents also,
to the
and the educators, because they spend so much time with them.
Correct. So it was a nice point which you spoke about self-identity, because when my meditations within the spiritual process, I had a lot of thought, what is my identity? What is my identity? Because since a kid I was always told identify with your toys, with your clothes, with your people. But then I realized, no, this is not my identity. My identity should be my confidence. My identity should be my value towards contribution. My identity should be how much I can love the people around me. So then I evaluated my life in these terms, my confidence, my love towards people, my love towards nature. So then I realized, okay, this is what is all about.
Yeah, but this you have been able to do when you become really. So what I try to do,
do it from
build that baseline,
that's very important.
Foundation,
Correct.
so that they start thinking about it now.
Correct.
You know where you, and I always tell them school is the best time
To start, definitely.
think about what you want to do with your life.
Correct.
9th, 8th, 9th, 10th is a very, very difficult age group.
Correct. Great. It was a nice conversation with you,
Thank you
Margaret.
so
Tell
much.
me 3 important messages you want to give it to the. In short, 3 important things which you want to give to the viewers.
I would say respect your own inner person, one, which is so important. Second, gain out of all the pains.
Wow, that's a strong message.
Yes. And the third is, don't see darkness in darkness. There will be always a spot of a small little sparkle.
True.
You close your eyes, in your darkness, when you open, you will see that.
Great.
Because in everything there is something nice.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Without darkness, you wouldn't have come what is light. Also.
otherwise we wouldn't have been living on this universe.
Great. Thank you so much, Margaret. It was
Nice.
so nice to have a conversation
Thank you so
with you.
much.
And on that note, thank you guys for tuning into my channel. And if you have any queries regarding any questions with me or Margaret, you can feel free to add this in your comment section, and we'll be back with you with all the answers. And also do share it with your friends and families. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful life.